pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I got that done. I was so busy.
Welcome to our first meeting of 2026, our January 5th meeting. Hope everybody had a nice holiday and had some chance to relax and be with family. Amen. So, let's start with that. We can start off with public comment on agenda items. Anybody? Sean?
Sean Hagerty, Fort Belfort. I have two. One is the pilot program that's 25 years. Didn't you just pass that for 10 years?
No, we discussed doing for 10, but we're passing it for, we made it the same as the town. So we're gonna stay at the
And
25.
the other is all the stuff like Woodfield, they're getting meets and bounds. Wasn't that all done? Is that,
No,
well, how did the school buses get in there? They said they wouldn't go in unless it was properly,
because, it's a really good question, Sean. We found it,
We'd
we
like to
tripped on it. But,
we'd like a good answer then.
well, the good answer is, somewhere along the line, the ball got dropped. And it could have been 20 some odd years ago when the development was completed. I spoken to the Riegers about it. They said they handed the paperwork off to the village. The village, at that point, I don't know, no, I can't find anybody that would remember anything about it. There's nothing in any particular file.
Right.
The reason we tripped on it is when we were doing some work over in Woodfield regarding the HOA, and, because they were having, I can't say issues with the HOA, but they were going through some HOA things. And they didn't have one, right, and they needed to try to get one together. And then I was looking at the maps, and I, you know, using the software, you hover over the property, and it came up Woodfield Corp. And I'm like, huh, isn't that interesting? So I hovered around some other areas, and it came up Woodfield Corp, which means the paperwork was never completed, and the property at this point in time, even though we've taken over the responsibility of it for years and years and years, you know, technically I would say, talking to the attorney maybe, it's still under Woodfield Court. So technically, if that means technically it still might belong to them, I don't know. But we're just going through the process to have the meets and bounds done. We'll get that from the surveyor. And the paperwork, we've spoken to the Riegers. They're gonna do a quick deed.
Quick claim deed?
Yeah, quick claim deed.
What's going on with all the open land that's over there? That was
So the
not in the
open,
village's name. That was kept just like at,
part of the HOA,
okay.
okay? And most of it is really the village, like, so our ball fields,
Well, the park was dedicated to the village.
it was, but technically it's still in the Woodfield Court.
Okay.
All right, the property that's in front of it closest to North Street is part of, that was done. So that is ours, but when you get to the ball field, it's still Woodfield Court. And when you click on it, it has the section, lot, and block number that runs through Woodfield, around McLaughlin, and into Waterford. So the road infrastructure was never conveyed over as well. So that's what we're working on right now. But the rest of it that belongs to the HOA is HOA property. Like if you go around the Waterford Circle area, that green area in there, that pond, that's HOA.
Okay.
And the property that's behind Woodfield, between Woodfield and North Street is dedicated to the HOA.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, if we
And
were taking
all
that
the
over,
wetlands.
and why wouldn't we take it over?
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
because
because
if
it-
something goes wrong back there, technically the village is not responsible.
Oh, no, I understand that. I would say we should not take that over.
Right.
Because like, I don't know, did we take over the land up in the newer development there? Or did we give it to them?
High Grove?
High Grove, we have two green areas that we maintain because we've got the retention ponds. And then there's one closer to Ambrose
Retention ponds ain't maintained up there either, they don't
Hmm?
go clean them out.
No, we would be responsible for them.
There's no
I know,
HOA.
that nobody has cleaned them out, there's trees growing down on that, there's,
No, not there. I'm talking the retention ponds that are on the development itself, not the lower end where it's grass and
no,
that.
I'm talking about the retention ponds up on top of the hill halfway, I'm going up the hill.
Okay,
That's all grown trees growing in there.
trees?
The last time I looked in there, there was a tree
Okay.
growing in there, yeah.
I'll take a peek, but
So I saw the one on Ambrose, that was clear.
yeah.
On where?
Ambrose
That's
Way,
the
I'm not
cul-de-sac.
sure what the names of the streets are,
Yeah,
I mean, I'll just wait.
and then
So-
the one over by Ball Road, that's been clear.
yeah. We'll take a look. But, yeah,
I mean, I'm
essentially.
showing the one that's way deep, it's real deep, there was trees down on that.
Right, I think there's 3 that are, it's kind of tiered, stepped, right? And then from there, we go into the bottom area that would be adjacent to Woodfield.
What is that dedicated, is that green land, public land, or open land?
Green area, village owned
So it's dedicated over to us.
to the village.
Just interesting how Rigo got rid of all his land to us and the other development kept theirs.
Yeah, well, when we came in 23, that project was hanging out there because none of the
across the
roads
river
at that
beltway.
point were dedicated, right?
It was intended to be, right?
What?
But the ball was dropped.
Yeah,
They didn't intend to
it
hold on
stopped.
to it.
It stopped.
The
That's
process started, it just wasn't completed.
It wasn't
That's what we
completed.
found that when we were in that meeting.
right.
Yeah.
And then because we questioned the recreation fees, we were questioning the road dedications. We found out too, because the school said, well, we're not driving on the roads until they're dedicated. And we're like, well, we thought they were dedicated. And it turned out that maybe a very small portion of the area beyond Ahern was dedicated, or I'm sorry, off Bull Road was dedicated, up probably to Ambrose, but
They
nothing
did two
beyond
different
that.
sections.
Right.
The Uyghurs
And-
wanted their bond back.
And they wanted, to get their money back, and we obviously wanted to get the recreation fees and everything else. So we had, put the engineering team together to make sure everything was what it was, and everything was eventually dedicated and accepted.
But now we have to go out and survey it.
Woodfield. High Grove is fine, this is just Woodfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they have an established HOA?
No, we do not.
Will it be coming?
It has, I was hoping for over a year. I had somebody that was interested in becoming president of the HOA. He reached out to Associa Management, the management company. They said that they had somebody who already showed interest, still no HOA. So that's the problem, right? Something goes wrong back there. Who are the residents supposed to reach out to?
Don't you just pay HOA fees?
Yes, we do.
Where's that
Where's
going?
that money going?
To, listen,
Holy shit.
I live in there. So
Question
when
of
we-
the day, good job.
No,
You wanna be a property management company?
I actually dug in, because when we moved there, we were told that the fees were going to maintenance, to, the lawns being cut. They don't do plowing, they don't do anything else, just lawn cutting. And for the taxes on the green areas. So if that property was never dedicated and the county doesn't have it, were we being charged? So I did dig in, I looked at the budget, and no, they were not charging for any taxes to the county. So the money is going towards office, it's going towards maintenance.
Who's collecting the money, is the question?
The maintenance company,
Oh.
Associa Management, I believe, or Associa.
Who hired them?
I wasn't there when the development was established, but there was one president throughout the,
God, you let this go on for so long.
he moved.
What?
And what happened,
Me?
I asked, I almost begged. My understanding is that if I even had a meeting with seven people present, that could qualify as a meeting.
Depends on your HOA bylaws.
You got that politics and all that other stuff, right? You have all that?
But I'm not taking it. Somebody needs to step up. It can't just all be the same people.
HOAs are completely a creature of contract in New York. There's no laws about it,
Well, I
so.
think it came from your office, we dug in, and that's what I was told, that you can hold a meeting as long as 7 people are present, that's a meeting, but there's no board.
Does that, everybody actually pay their HOA fees?
No, that's the other problem, I do. But
I
when we
wouldn't.
had a president and we had a board,
better.
I was questioning it, and there were so many residents that were not paying then, and that was with a board in place. I can't even imagine now.
You should stop paying it then, pretty
I
much.
can't do that.
Somebody's gotta be paying something, they're still cutting the grass, right?
Yeah, me.
She's the
only one.
Wasn't expecting
No,
this
but,
at this
you know,
meeting.
I'm paying for the landscape.
My request was, why are we continuing? If they're not paying for, look, a month is one thing, but a year, 5 years of no payments. And the answer was, do you want the development to look like crap? Because if we stop cutting the lawns, you know, you're gonna get rodents. I said, well, what about if we only cut the front and leave the back? You know, it was the same concern, rodents, you're kinda close in there. So,
Just
you're
off that
getting the
subject a
lawns
little
cut.
bit, I walk through it almost every day. Somebody's taking their dog bags, blue ones, and throwing them all in one little pile on the corner of McLaughlin or something.
You know, and how many are there on that road?
There's 3 right in a
At
row.
least 3 in that area.
Crazy. Maybe they need a dog station over there, whatever those things are. You know, where they put the poop bags
Switch out the HOA.
in the, oh,
There are at least 2.
I know there's only one, I think there's only one.
There are at least 2 right on Woodfield Drive.
Yeah, but in the neighborhood, I see the bags thrown on the ground in the neighborhood. I don't know why they bother picking it up and throwing it there.
Oh, we need to move on. This is-
Oh my God.
This is a.
All right, any more information on poop? Can we move along? Yes,
I got one
Benny?
real quick.
Sure.
I see the local, the resolutions for the residency requirements, and I see the drafted laws online. Is there,
Yep.
can we get the local law number 2, the filming law also uploaded? Because it's not there.
Is that on? When put it on?
I'll,
I'm looking now, it's not there.
okay,
Okay.
check it. I'm pretty sure we had a conversation to get that up there.
Pauline, so on that same thing, the resolution is to schedule a public hearing on January 20th for local law 2, resident requirement for village clerk, deputy village clerk, and deputy treasurer. But the local law that's on the website only addresses the deputy village treasurer. So what are we doing here?
The deputy clerk is not
Should just be one.
Deputy clerk is not, no,
under the drafted laws, 2025.
oh, 2026.
I know that.
Well, I'm on this one, 2026.
They don't have 2026.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
It excluded 2 of the.
My question is, what's the intent of that?
Well, the intent on all of those positions was to expand it beyond Washingtonville and Orange
We
County.
have that already.
Not beyond the
Not,
county,
not for those positions
Beyond Orange County or just
beyond Orange.
Beyond
County.
Orange
beyond
County.
Orange County?
Beyond.
that would have counties that are adjacent to Orange County, like
But that's-
Dutchess, Putnam.
Or adjoining, you're saying, so you're adding the adjoining counties?
Correct, we're adding
Because you
that.
got the local law from back when that addressed this for Orange County.
Well, we were, if you, I mean, if you're saying that that had already been addressed with a previous local law.
Local law 2014.
For
It
which
addresses
position?
every position except deputy treasurer, and that's the second part of my question. It addresses every position except the deputy treasurer, local law 2014. Residency requirements.
You said it's local law 1 of 2014?
Yeah, you want to see?
I'll pull it up.
Can I pull it up? That addresses the village treasurer, the village clerk.
For what areas, Paul?
You can live in Orange County, anywhere in Orange County, you don't have to live in Washingtonville.
Okay, yeah, we're extending it to the adjacent counties. So we're just pushing it out one
Okay.
more
I promise
step.
never to ask this question again, because I'm gonna take notes when you tell me that. For the last time, the person that's the deputy treasurer,
Yes,
right? They don't work as a deputy treasurer,
not at this
but we
time,
call them a deputy treasurer. Why? Tell me that
Civil
one.
service.
because she will be cross-training shortly into the financial system.
Well, she has to watch her money.
and she's
With
working on the
finances.
water and sewer side right now. So, we've been able to have Michelle on board for a period of time now. We've had Cheryl on board for a period of time, starting almost at the same time. So, they have excelled in understanding their current positions, and with this office staff size, we want to cross-train, so we have the ability to cover, for the obvious reasons of sick or vacation or anything that would come up. So Cheryl will start to be trained on the treasury side of things. So that's the reason why.
So now when you, and on back to this law, when you're talking about adjoining counties, are you saying, here we are in Orange County, are you talking Ulster County, Rockland County, or adjoining counties, or could it be Albany County?
Just adjoining,
Just adjoining.
just adjoining, yeah. Because we don't think if you get beyond that, depending on where they might live in those counties, we find it maybe impractical, or who would want to drive maybe more than an hour to work. But that type of thing, you know.
Define that, Chris?
It's local law 2 of 2014. But yeah, I see it here.
All right, yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. Thank
The
you.
other thing was, the second floor, we did the second floor, I thought we had a lot so much that it wasn't gonna meet code and all of that. We didn't have plans, and they didn't have no way to inspect it, and it wasn't to code, and now,
Well, we had the structural engineer come in, and they did their study, 2 studies. And the final study indicated that the floor can support filing and it can support people. So now we know that if we want to entertain and try to figure out what we want to do up there, that we have the ability to use that space.
A third of it.
No, the whole thing, the whole thing.
Local law number 2.
Remember when they were doing it, there was only a section that they wanted to go back and restudy. So that's when we sent them the building plans that we had from the renovations, I guess that were down here. I'm not sure if they got, but we ended up cutting pilot holes into the floor upstairs. And the engineer came up with his plans, and he spent a good day. It was, I think it was Christmas Eve, actually, and he was here for almost a whole day. And he just came back with the report last week, I want to say last week, and indicated that, like I said, for files and Habitat people, we can use that space.
and the last thing is that, I see now that, I guess there will be a meeting on, January 20th, right?
Correct. That's a Tuesday, because Monday's the holiday, Martin Luther
Yeah.
King.
Okay, if you go, I mean, the way you guys wrote it on the social media, it didn't make sense. Tuesday, January 20th, 2026, at 7 p.m., close of public hearing of written comments.
I noticed that.
It doesn't make sense, it doesn't,
I understand.
it doesn't say that there's a meeting here.
I understand. The
But we
word,
can revise
it's
it.
okay. Yeah, we'll fix it.
But it is a regular meeting
It
with
is,
with
okay.
public hearings, yes. We just bumped it a day
All right,
because of the holiday. Yep. Okay, anyone else? Okay, if not, then we will jump into announcements and so forth. So the 26-27 tentative budget will be available online on Wednesday the 7th. The draft public hearing will be, public hearing for the budget will be on Monday, January 12th at 7 p.m. And the public hearing for written comments will be open until the January 20th. So if anybody has anything to add, they can send us emails on whatever particulars they're interested in. We've talked about number 3, which is the road dedications, the meets and bounds. So that process is moving forward. Our Edmonds Building Department software update that we discussed a couple of meetings ago is moving along for a kickoff meeting this week. So with the building department and, office personnel, that will get off the ground. And let's see, and number 5, the second floor survey was completed, as we just discussed, for storage and office space. So the board will be discussing, different opportunities for up there and, see what we can do. And we are kind of limited because we also have parking space limitations as well. So we'll see where that goes. But we are in need of some decent storage. We also have additional space up there where there's already building files and all of that in a space that is pretty well developed except for some flooring and installation or repairs and just, looking at lighting and those types of things. Heating system works up there, the AC system works up there. So if we need to expand a little bit, we have that availability. So more to come on that. We had, with receiving 2 new police cars through the grant that the chief worked on, there is one 2014 Ford Interceptor that we auctioned and that will be going out on a resolution shortly. And with that, I can then get into trustee updates for the building department. Don?
Oh, okay. It's pretty slow couple of weeks because of the holidays, but we still pulled in over $2,000, $2,160 to be exact. There were 8 building permits issued, 7 COs and CCs, 1 violation, none remediated, and 2 municipal searches, and 8 fire safety inspections were completed. We also have 3 Ninjas is on their way to opening shortly. The ball is in their court at this point. Their last inspection was for a gas meter, but we don't know if O&R yet installed it, so once that gets installed, they need their final inspection and they're good to go. 36 North Street, you'll be happy to know the fence came down.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And they are just really awaiting, they passed their electrical inspection and waiting on final inspection. So, and 30 West Main, plumbing was inspected, they're also just about ready. Sheetrock walls, it looks like they painted, and they're also waiting for final electrical and final inspections. That's the event venue over in Orange County.
Yeah, so they're, went down there yesterday. Looks nice. Nice and fresh, painted, flooring. And the additional bathroom has been added, so it looks good.
That's the one by Orange County Bagels?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else? Any other questions or comments regarding?
The events,
Building
the Orange
department.
County Bagels,
Yeah.
final inspection.
All right.
It's still late because of the holidays, you know?
Yeah, it's a little quiet time of year. Police department, Steve, you have anything?
Highlight of the week is we got rid of that old Ford. Actually got a decent amount for it, for what we thought. And we're interviewing for a new officer. That's about it, it's been slow.
Yeah.
Okay, Vernon is not feeling well this evening, so we'll pass by the grant update. Water and sewer for Susan?
Tom,
So far to date, we have installed 437 of the smart meters. We have 151 users who have downloaded the app. We now can track our daily water usage. So as of this afternoon, the village used, the people who have the smart meters used 81,294 gallons of water. That's just in a day. Payments to date from our fiscal year, water is $595,851.63. Sewer is $694,102.53. Facility is 245.44. We did send out on 12/15, we sent out letters for those who had not been paying their water bills, that warning, they called a warning letter, that if they didn't pay, it was gonna be re-levied. So since that letter went out alone, in water, we brought in 59,496.04. Sewer brought in 35,953.59, and facility brought in 15,230.36. Unpaid so far for this fiscal year in water is $267,316.42. Sewer is $265,668.91, and facility is $120,462.69. We've also been working with Engineer Farr, and we are working on setting up preventative maintenance schedules for both our water and sewer, something that we can't find any records of ever being done. That's my report.
What percentage of curb boxes of all of the installed meters?
I can't hear you.
What was the percentage of curb box replacements of all those new meters that went in?
Well, we don't do curb boxes,
I
so
know, I
I
understand.
wouldn't know how many have been replaced to do that. That's not something we track as the village.
Sure, it's a lot.
Sure.
'Cause everywhere I drive, I see a backhoe in the front yard. You know, they get a new meter.
Really? Yeah, no one's ever,
Well, because they call and want us to
Yeah.
do it, and we tell them we don't do it, it's not our property,
Right.
so.
Right.
It's not something we're actively tracking for people.
it's a good question. Be interesting to see if we could track it, just kind of curious on.
Yeah, but how would we,
Valve
because it's
boxes.
private property.
Yeah, I know, but though the deal would be,
The village would know.
if you
because
can,
went
if
there,
the
you couldn't do it.
handles on the water meter were bad, then they're gonna be looking at the curb box. If the curb box won't, if their plumber doesn't, or tries to turn it, nothing happens, then you know you got something going on there.
I mean, I know of about 10.
Yeah,
You could probably check with the Christmas cards that the plumber sent you.
yeah,
Thank you. Tom, could I ask you to go back 1 second?
Yeah.
You said that event space down in, by the bagel place is passed, was it approved?
No, finals were not done yet.
Oh,
Electrical was done. Let me go back to my notes.
I just drove by it today, it's for sale.
it is for sale. Mark still owns the building, the pharmacy,
Yeah,
and the venue is making preparations to move in and bring their business there.
oh, I guess they're buying it, so they're buying it. That was the whole idea of the
You know what?
inspection?
My mistake.
What?
I said 30 West Main. That's not 30 West Main, that's
32.
32.
Two.
My mistake. 30 West Main is the dentist, Washingtonville Dental, I believe, right?
That'd be East Main.
That'd be East Main, yeah.
Yeah, that's West
And maybe
Main.
this is the mistake.
It's 32 West Main Street, if we're talking about the venue.
29 is the old village
The
hall.
plumbing was done,
33
sheetrock
inches.
walls, and it looks like they painted. I think this should be 32.
Yeah,
So that
Yeah.
was correct then.
that's 32.
What was correct?
The address was wrong, but the information was correct.
They had 30 and
It
it
is-
should be 32.
It says 30 on here, it should be 32.
32 West Main.
Yeah, and that is that event venue at Orange
That's the
County
event
Eagles.
at Orange County Eagles.
Right.
Yeah.
Plumbing
You're saying
inspection,
that-
the plumbing inspection was done.
Okay.
The walls were sheetrocked and it looks like they painted. They're waiting
The
for
walls were
final.
sheetrock to begin with, weren't they?
No, well, they had to,
When the guy
there was a
did the-
reno in there,
Huh?
because they needed to put in an ADA compliant bathroom. So
Oh.
they did have to rip sheetrock down.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so the rest of the space was sheetrocked, yes, because
So-
there was already a business in there
So this guy's coming in or not coming in?
coming in,
He is coming in.
yes.
Yeah, it's pending a final electrical and a final inspection. But yes, the building is up for sale.
Correct.
Building or that spot is up for sale?
Sorry?
The building is for sale?
Yes.
No, it's for sale.
He just got it.
Okay.
Get your checkbook out, man.
Huh?
Told me to get his checkbook out.
All right, we'll move along to the resolutions. so resolution 26001 to approve the Stone Hill tax exemption pilot agreement for an additional 25 years. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Susan, second, please.
Second.
Steve, any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Standing up in protest.
Steve? Okay, sure. Motion passes 401. I know, can you track that for me, please? Resolution 26002 to approve the meets and bounds survey work of Woodfield Drive, McLaughlin Way, Waterford Circle, and Woodfield Park. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Steve, second.
Second.
30 minutes, 20.
Any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 401. Resolution 26003 to approve the attendance of the Orange County Association of Town, Villages, and Cities annual meeting in New York City, Sunday, February 15th through the 17th. Have a motion, please.
Motion.
Steve, second. DJ. Any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 401. Resolution 26004, to schedule a public hearing on Tuesday, January 20th for the local law number 1 for filming. Have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Second. Any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 401. Resolution 26005, to schedule a public hearing on Tuesday, January 20th for local law number 2 for the residence requirement for village clerk, deputy village clerk, and deputy treasurer. Motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 401. Resolution 26006, to schedule a public hearing on the budget on Monday, January 12th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Have a motion, please?
Motion.
Motion, second.
Second.
Okay. Any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 401. Resolution 26007, to authorize the budget transfers and amendments as necessary to effect the necessary transfers of funds to pay the village warrants. Have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Passes 401. Resolution 26008, to schedule a public hearing on January 20th of local law number 3, authorizing the property tax levy and excess for the limitation established in General Municipal Law 3C. Have a motion?
Motion.
And a second, please.
Second.
Any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 401. And resolution 26009, to accept the highest bid from AAR Auctions for the 2014 Ford sedan VIN number 1FAH-P2-MK3EG161632 in the amount of $3,600. Have a motion?
Motion.
A second, please.
Second.
Any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 401. Thank you. That brings us to public comment on non-agenda items. Anybody has? Yes.
So we didn't have a presentation on the budget tonight, huh?
No, we're gonna have to figure something out here, because this is the same time frame as we're doing our budget that the state, the comptroller's office, is also analyzing our budget and continually ask for items ad nauseam. So we are so busy in just collecting the information and data that they want, the time is really limited to do that. We will do that potentially maybe the first meeting in February,
That'll be
and then
for,
we can recap that.
that'll be for the new fiscal year.
No, that won't be until January. The new fiscal year would be March 1st.
Yeah, but you're passing, you're gonna pass the new budget on February 2nd, right?
Correct.
So-
But we can still give you an update of where we were, or where we are with the 25-26 budget, even though, yeah, we're gonna pass that budget on 2/2, so that we are in the constraints of, you know, the laws and all that other good stuff. But it's just, it's unbelievable the amount of stuff that they ask for. And it doesn't, I can't say it gets any easier because they're doing their job and they need the information like yesterday. I mean, the emails are just relentless to say, you know, can you send the info? We need the info, we need the info. Because they have to respond within 30 days. And within, I think, a week or two before that is when we're supposed to get, you know, their kind of draft letter of our proposed budget. So everything's colliding at the same time. So if we didn't have the deficit financing, and we didn't have those guys, you know, with a microscope, yeah, we'd be doing that without any hesitation. But it's 5 items, it's 10 items, it's 15 items, you give them to them, and there's another 5, and another 10, another 15 items. And it just keeps going. And we're trying to get to the point of making sure our budget where it needs to be while we're waiting and giving them information to make comments on our budget.
Yeah.
So we'll get to it as soon as we can. I've talked to her, it's not off our plate, but that's priority number 1, because we don't meet that, then we're gonna get a nasty gram letter probably on the
So
state
we put it
website.
online? Or we put it online?
What's that?
Or we put the things that Leslie prints up, do we put them?
Yeah, we can put that
them
online, sure.
on our page?
Yeah, we can put that up there. We're gonna put the budget up there on Wednesday.
Yeah, I know, that's,
So, yeah, once she has that together, but we have to get this information to them and hopefully they don't ask for another umpteen items. If they don't, then she'll go right to work on the quarterly report.
and my other thing is, and you know how I feel about this, in fact, there's 2 parts to it. An American flag should be to the speaker's right. Shouldn't be on that side, should be on this side. And that village flag is much taller than the American flag. I'm usually sitting in a corner, I don't see the village flag. But that village flag is substantially taller than the American flag.
Yeah, I've spoken about that before.
Well, that's easy to change.
We need to get a box to put the American flag on, or
We can
cut
do
that
that.
pole.
And you gotta switch them.
Yeah, we can switch poles.
It's gotta be to the speaker's right.
No one ever brought that to anyone's attention,
Well,
but thank you.
That
Here I
one
am.
has to come off the
You're the man.
podium, because it has
Also,
to be lower.
could you call, you know, I know you have a contact in the VFW.
Mm-hmm.
Their flag is a disgrace.
Why, the ripped?
It's ripped, it's
Oh,
been
okay.
ripped.
Sure.
This is the VFW flying a flag like that, they should be ashamed of themselves.
I will let them know. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, if not,
Hold on.
I got one.
oh, I'm sorry, Ben.
Go back to the building department. Last time I checked, building inspectors, code enforcement officers don't have any police powers, correct?
Don't have what?
Police powers,
Well, what do you mean by that?
they don't. Okay, I wasn't asking, I'm just
Okay.
asking. They need to abide by traffic regulations as well. Stop signs, you know, stuff like that. The other day, black SUV flying down Decker Drive, blows the stops, doesn't even slow down, doesn't even hit the brake, straight through the stop sign at Liberty. Continued on my run that day, and I saw it again, I can't tell who was driving, going down, was it Ahern? Flying. Listen, you may be the building inspector, code enforcement officer, you gotta obey the speed limit
No one's above the
and
law.
traffic signs. Especially when you got, you know, the emblem on the side of the car.
Grill the guy
I drive it.
I couldn't tell, man.
But it was the Blooming Grove?
Yeah,
Okay.
so let them know, you know, the residents are watching, you know, abide by the stop sign that you just blew blatantly straight through there.
Thank you.
Second, thank you, Tom, for responding to my email.
You're welcome.
Unfortunately, the town hasn't responded, not one of them on that board has responded. I will be at their meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
Where are we at with that?
Well, I've been in touch with our attorneys,
Can you, I'm sorry, can you?
so
let
this
me-
is in regard.
I emailed all you guys.
Yeah.
You should have all gotten it.
Yeah, everybody got it. It was in regards to the veterans
Yeah.
exemption. tax
Oh, yes,
exemption.
yes, yes.
Okay, yeah,
So I responded to Vinnie that I, got it, I received it.
yeah.
I had talked to, who was I talking to? It was somebody in the county, somebody had brought it to my attention as well. So I discussed it briefly with our attorney. I actually reached out to our legislator, this afternoon, because what I was told, well, actually, it was in your email that said you had talked to the office
Yeah,
and
no
that they were
problem.
working on a local law.
Well, they're gonna present it this meeting in January, that they're gonna schedule a public hearing for
Okay.
that local law, yeah.
She wasn't aware that the law was written or in a draft format. They're all getting sworn in tomorrow,
Yeah.
and then at that point, they're all gonna be assigned their committees and so forth. And then she said she'd be able to direct me in the right position to talk to whoever.
Got it.
Because if they come out with the local law first, then we could piggyback on that. No sense of rewriting it and putting money towards something that's already been written. We could utilize it.
That's basically what
Yeah.
the real property tax office director said, that,
Right.
you know, they basically could do it concurrently.
Yep.
It's gotta be done by March.
And I can look at, to see if any other counties in the area have
Yeah.
drafted a law that I can
It could
crib
be-
just to save us money, save
Yeah,
the village money.
yeah.
So I'm not reinventing the wheel here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's on my radar.
Gotcha.
And
I appreciate you responding.
No, you're
I
welcome.
can't say the same for the town.
You're welcome. I can also check with the NICOM attorneys. I don't know if you ever communicate with those guys.
I do not.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll see if they have a template or something that might have been, because the bill, according to what Vinnie was indicating, was just recently signed.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's-
I'm aware of the bill, yeah, it was
Yeah.
just recently signed.
One
And
second.
So it's fresh, and so everybody's just getting the information now, so.
And if I
We
can,
gotta study the economic impact of that,
That means how many people it affects, and we don't, we know of the exemption, but
how many,
what's the exemption actually gonna be? and-
You'd have to talk to the assessors, see
Yeah.
how many
Yeah.
how many people are actually at 100%.
Right.
right, so it's a lot of moving parts to get figured out.
But
Is it income
I
We'll
just
stay
hope
on it.
it doesn't become like irrigation.
Oh, just-
It's a year and a half.
Yeah,
No,
and it's not gonna flow like that water. It's just gonna flow
all those
really
two
quick.
guys are dying off, they could use the financial.
Of course, and we know that. We'll address it the same way we tried to address the fire department exemption.
I appreciate
And
it.
the ambulance and anything else like that. I mean, it's rough out there, it's tough, and anything that we can do to help people.
Oh, I think they
Those that have
expanded.
served us.
yeah, they
Why
expanded
we're
it so
here.
it's a full, for services.
Wartime.
Anybody else?
They expanded
Service
it.
connected.
All right.
Okay.
Yes, Bill?
Okay.
Sir.
Resolution 26-008, is this anticipation that our budget is gonna be in excess of the legal limit, or
Yes. It's a fail-safe.
it's a,
Everybody does it.
Anticipation or in case?
Anticipation.
Ira, you said yes.
It's gonna be over 2%. Yes.
But it's not gonna be 20,
So 3?
19, 14,
no.
Less
I just
Not
want
less.
my town, I think it was 3.
12.5.
in the town?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
we
there
can
were
keep
some
that.
adjustments that need to be made because the auditors, the state auditors, when we did the financing for the 1.160, the payment and interest was split between sewer and the A fund, right? And the way it was delivered to us, it was like most of it was coming out of the A fund. So now bringing some of that payment and interest payments coming out of the sewer are gonna affect a few things in there, so we're just trying to manage that and talk to our finance people.
Okay,
And finance that. Yep, you'll see the percent. And it will include the deficit
Finance.
financing. And we have that for 5 years, right?
Well, that was 4. Because we did it last year.
Well, this is our first payment, so it'll be 4, yeah.
Lucky residents that actually come to a meeting don't get privy to a early bird copy.
You want an early bird special?
Yeah.
Can you tell them what it will be under?
So, I know, Leslie will probably shoot me, but
I won't.
it's somewhere, we're about 6 right now, and we're seeing with that change in the principal and interest to maybe get it a little bit further down.
With the deficit financing.
That's including.
And that's including the
So
financing.
not bad.
So considering we should have been at 38%, it was at 20, I'll round up, 23%. And then we were 15%. And now this 3 years in, we're say 6. And it's a tight budget. So I think over 3 years, the number has been moving in the right direction. It's not stagnant, it's not 14, it's not whatever.
22.
I mean, we could certainly make it that, but that means, you know, we know what that means. We'll get more done around here,
Nice
but
village
at the end of
board.
the day, we'll struggle with, obviously, the taxes. And everybody's been paying way too much. And I think the board and the department heads and everybody has done a decent job in trying to watch the costs and supply and give the services that are needed and being responsive. So I think everybody's done a pretty damn good job. And we'll continue to work in that direction. Okay, no other questions from the gallery? I'm kidding, yeah.
Did you all swear yourselves in already?
No, we get sworn in April.
Oh, right,
We didn't
yeah,
have
We're not calendared,
no election yet.
all right.
no, so, okay. So with that, no need for, everything else is signed. Executive session, no need for that. So can I have a motion to close the meeting?
Motion to close.
Have a second, please.
Second.
A second. Any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
You go to court today?